Today, we will be talking about the fourth component of financial statement, which is the statement of changes in equity. Today, we will be helping Ronax and Junax about their difficulties and troubles regarding the statement of changes in equity.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. How may I help you?
Statement of changes in equity. Will you enlighten me about this component?
Yes, sure. Have a seat. First and foremost, let me define you what is equity. Equity is defined as the residual interest in the assets of an entity after deducting all the liabilities. Do you know the three classifications of equity?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you name and define it for me?
First, sub-classification is share capital. This is funds contributed by the shareholders equal to the par or stated value. The second is share premium. Is the funds contributed by the shareholders in excess of par or stated value. And lastly, the retained earnings. It represents cumulative balance of periodic net income or loss and other capital adjustments.
Okay, good. The statement of changes in equity is a formal statement that shows the movements in the elements or components of the shareholders' equity. Did you know an entity shall present a statement of changes in equity showing the following? First, comprehensive income for the period. Second, for each component of equity, the effect of changes in accounting policies and corrections of errors. Third, for each component of equity, are reconciliations between the carrying amount at the beginning and the end of the period, separately disclosing changes from the following: the profit or loss, each item of other comprehensive income, transactions with owners in their capacity as owners showing separately contributions by and distributions to owners.
Oh, I see. I'm starting to guess what statement of changes in equity is all about.
How about the statement of retained earnings? What is the significance of it?
The statement of retained earnings shows the changes affecting directly the retained earnings of an entity. Do you know what are the items directly affecting the retained earnings?
Yes, ma'am. I think there are 5. First, net income or loss for the period. Net income is added because it increases retained earnings, and net loss is deducted because it decreases retained earnings. Second is prior period errors. This affects the retained earnings because the prior period errors are shown as adjustment of the beginning balance of retained earnings to arrive at the corrected beginning balance. If the net income of the prior period is understated, the amount of error is added to retained earnings. If the net income of the prior period is overstated, the amount of the error is deducted from retained earnings. Third is dividends to shareholders. This affects the retained earnings because the dividends declared or paid during the year shall be deducted from the retained earnings. And fourth, effect of change in accounting policy. This is shown as an adjustment of the beginning balance of retained earnings. If the net income of prior period is understated because of change in accounting policy, the effect is added to the beginning retained earnings. While if the net income of prior period is overstated because of change in accounting policy, the effect is deducted from the beginning retained earnings. But for the fifth item, which is retained earnings appropriated, I'm not so sure if what it is all about.
Retained earnings appropriated represent that portion which is restricted and therefore not available for any dividend declaration. The amount of appropriation is deducted from the unappropriated balance of retained earnings. Conversely, if the appropriation is subsequently cancelled, it is reverted or added back to the unappropriated balance. There are 3 reasons that our retained earnings may be appropriated.
Created using Powtoon.